Now everybody, I'm Cantonese Cat. Hey everybody, Cantonese Cat here. GME is a pretty bullish chart. I actually like exactly where it is right now. I'm actually grateful that is where it is at right now. What I mean by that is it actually looks like a bullish chart, but it has not really yet taken off yet. It is finding a lot of support in a lot of different things, right? For example, if you just look at the weekly chart here, you can see that the Ichimoku has really turned bullish because you have the Tenkan crossing over the Kijun, and you have the week before basically backtest this confluence crossover almost perfectly. This is a very bullish look in terms of what has transpired from this, a little bit of a bear trend here to flip it into more of a bull trend here. Now, you might say that it's still underneath the Ichimoku cloud. I would say that yes, it's true, but the cloud above is quite thin, which means that there is a area of vulnerability where price could potentially kind of break above, right? You also have reclaimed the Bullish support band from the a lot of resistance over here to support, right? It clearly it initially kind of went underneath it a little bit, but it clearly bounced above of it. Looks like it wants to keep going a lot higher. If you are also looking at the Fibonacci level over here at the 0.382, this weekly candle has clearly kind of just broke through the 0.382 and back tested, or at least got really close back tested that already, right? So there are a lot of really positive things. 0.382 is a pretty important level. Generally, if it's able to kind of push through 0.382, generally it ends up grabbing back up to 0.618. There's just $46.64. And on top of all that, if you just look at this scan chart here, this scan chart here is showing you a lot of really beautiful market symmetry, right? Pushed through this arc, unable to go through, got rejected, came back to horizontal, found support, pushed through here, got to the horizontal up here, got rejected, and it's just been hovering around this arc over here. It was resistance over here for a while, right? For about 2 or 3 months, and then you're able to push through, and now you're back testing this arc here from resistance to support. Very bullish look. Super Ichi Cloud, same thing. Initially, you have a very big, huge push through of the Super Ichi Cloud, got back above, and it's just been hovering back test to the top of the Super Ichi Cloud here for a very long time, for about like 3 or 4 months, and it's able to find support, and now it bounced from that, reclaiming the Super Ichi Tenkan from resistance to support. There's just a lot of really key technical indicators. They're telling me that GME looks good. It is flipping resistance to support. It looks like because of that, it might consolidate sideways a little bit longer. I really don't care. But the one thing that is really getting me more excited about it is the MCDX Plus. It really hasn't looked like this since its last pump right around here. It really hasn't looked like this until the last pump over here. What I mean by that is the red stands for whales, yellow stands for traders, green stands for retail, right? There's really not much retail momentum left anymore. For the last 4 or 5 weeks, there's really not much retail momentum. Majority of it seems to be whales. It's just building a lot of energy to the upside here. So I'm pretty excited about this chart actually. If you're looking at like what could it be that's kind of stopping it from going up higher, well, there are a few things. One is you look at the 2-week chart here. If I put the Ichimoku, you can see that it's right underneath the resistance at the top of the Ichimoku cloud. Now, it did break into the Ichimoku cloud, and it did end up going sideways a little bit, but now it's trying to challenge the top of the 2-week Ichimoku cloud. Got rejected over here last time, right? Right now, you're reclaiming the Tenkan from resistance to support now. And it looks like you could potentially push through. Now, last time when we had on the verge of kind of breaking through the 2-week Ichimoku cloud was probably around here. We broke through, back tested, and the rest is history. Break through potentially over the next couple weeks, back test it, and the rest might be history, right? It's a pretty important level where we are all kind of taking a look at this juncture. Now, what else is preventing it from going higher? Well, it is getting rejected here at the upper Bollinger Band. It's simply just waiting for the Bollinger Band to expand so price can go up higher, and it's still waiting for it to do that. It's doing so very slowly. It touched the upper Bollinger Band, say it's not ready yet, but both upper and lower Bollinger Band is going up and down, and you have the 20-month moving average has flipped from resistance over here to support. All of this is indicative that something more bullish is going to happen. Last time when it flipped the 20-month moving average from negative sloping resistance to positive sloping support, right? Resistance, 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 support. Turn it positive sloping, big things happen. Resistance, 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 support, right? back tested it. Maybe big things gonna happen. We'll see. I do find that this area over here in the 20s, like anything less than 30 to me is almost like a gift. Because of the way that it's looking. It just looks like a very, very nice bull trend. If you ask me what targets I have for GME, I'm gonna say this. Targets are very, very, very arbitrary, but I will show you two ways to come up with these targets that I have. One is to look for fib extension levels. Now that it's been reclaiming the 0.382, the next level is going to gravitate to is probably going to be this GAN line and the 0.618, around $45, $46 up here. Beyond that, $70. Push through $70 and break the arc here above in the triple digits. Close those previous all-time high here. Then you're talking about some crazy things happening, potentially hitting some of the upper levels over here in a couple hundreds. If it ends up hitting up here to the top arc over here, which I think is entirely possible, because last time it broke through arc number 1, 2, 3, and got to the 4th arc here, right? So far, what have we been doing so far? We're breaking through 1 arc, maybe 2 arc, maybe we get to the 3rd, right? If we end up getting to the 3rd, then you're talking about price going from about $28 going up to maybe the 1.414, maybe the 1.618, maybe somewhere in between, somewhere around the 400 zone, if it's able to break above all these levels up above, right? There is no guarantee that it's going to happen. None of this thing I'm saying there's any guarantee at all that's going to happen. But the very fact is that this downtrend over here was happening on such pathetic volume. And the recent uptrend here was happening on increasing volume compared to over the last few months. It really does tell me that energy is being built up here. And it looks like it wants to push up to some of the higher prices up here. That's what I think GME is going to do. And I am still going to keep adding to GME as much as I can, which is not much, unfortunately, because I'm cash poor. I've really been cash poor going into November because I thought November is going to be a big month for a lot of stocks and crypto, and it turned out to be a big month. But right now I'm cash poor. I'm going to add as much as I can because I think that anything's under 30 is probably going to be a pretty good risk-reward ratio to get to. I do think that the 0.382 around $25, $26 is going to hold. I do think the top of the arc over here is going to hold. It might go sideways here at the top of the arc here for a little bit longer. But overall, if that's the case, then I see it as a little bit more of a buying opportunity before it takes off. I really think it's going to take off from here. But it might need to consolidate sideways here for a little bit longer before doing so. And that's okay. Anyway, just want to share with you my GME thoughts. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.